gives the opposition something to not only hold on to, but to build up on. And you're not wrong, pal, but we'll get there. It was brutal, and although that's a St Mirren fan, he's not wrong.
I think Lee Johnson summed it up pretty well. Hibs are brutal. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Fitbit. It finished St Mirren 1, Hibernian 0. There was no late comeback. There was no late goal. That last minute rescuing goal for Hibernian today as they fell to a 1-0 defeat in PAISLEY. And I think it was a deserved victory for St Mirren. How they did not add to their 1-0 lead the longer the game went on, honestly, I do not know. They kept missing. They kept allowing Hibs to stay in the game. But in the end, right team won. St Mirren picked up 3 points. Hibs now got a win in the opening game of the season. Remember, a very, very late winner against St Johnstone. Since then, though, they have not been able to get a win. They've got a couple of draws against Hearts and Rangers via injury time goals. But other than that, man, Hibs have been terrible. The performances match the results. And it's just not good for Lee Johnson. He came out in the post-match press conference, post-match interview, and he says that even good players that make bad decisions don't get to stay at Hibs. So already looks like he might be looking to get rid of a bunch of players, maybe firing some warnings there. But there was a big warning fired by St Mirren today. And the goal for them, I mean, it's pretty easy. Ball's crossed in, and it's Bacchus timing the run. He runs in from about 7 yards out and just taps it in past the goalkeeper, man. Simple goal. And St Mirren found ourselves in front. Hibs tried to respond. Ryan Porteous with a cross into Dodge. He gets a glancing header, just sends the ball past the post. Then we had Ewan put it wide from inside the 6-yard box. How he didn't score that, honestly, I don't know. This is in the second half now. Not a lot happened first half, to be honest. Newell forced a save from Carson outside the box. And to be honest, most of Hibs' chances came from outside the box. It was like long-range shots that never really bothered Scott Carson in net, so I thought was okay today. Didn't have that much to do, to be honest, but what he did have to do, he done it fine. Curtis Main should have finished the game, missed the target. Then we had Eamon Brophy through, he hit the post. Bacchus on the counter, chance to get a brace today, he blasted it over, must do better. And then very late on with Hanlon, makes a mistake, and he plays through Bacchus, just allows Bacchus through. He could have played it back to the goalkeeper, he tries to hold on to the ball, Bacchus wins it off him, and then Bacchus again blasts it over the bar. So St Mirren could have ruined all these missed chances had Hibs got a late equaliser, but they didn't. St Mirren came out 1-0 winners, and it's another big win for the side from Paisley. Now, I did say in the first week of the season, I turned around and said that a lot of St Mirren fans were panicking about their team, that they thought they were going to have a bad season. Then I seen people reply and say this is not the case. St Mirren fans were optimistic. Well, the St Mirren fans that I spoke to actually felt like they could go down this season. So, not quite sure. I mean, I've never tipped St Mirren to go down. I do think they'll be bottom 6. I do think they'll be towards the bottom of the bottom 6. I think I predicted St Mirren to finish 10th. I don't think they're that great, if I'm being completely honest. But the reason I think St Mirren will stay up is because they've got goals. They've got Curtis Main. They've got Eamon Brophy. They're 2 goal scorers. They're 2 guys that will get you goals. And for that reason alone, just those 2 players is why I think St Mirren will stay in the league. As for Hibs, absolute disaster. St Martin Boyle, I thought that was going to be a massive deal. And so far it hasn't. I mean, yeah, he's been okay, but okay is not enough for Hibs. They're fucking terrible at the moment. So they need to sign more than Martin Boyle. They need to get a couple of defenders, and I think they need to get a midfielder as well. They need to get some quality into that side if they're going to go forward. But Lee Johnson is the man. I wasn't convinced when they signed him. I'm not convinced anymore now. And I think the two teams under the most pressure in the league is probably Hibernian and Dundee United. Both of these teams underperforming. And you expect a lot more from both of them. But that's what it is, guys. That's it. That's good day for this match review. It was a boring game, I mean, St Johnstone should have won this by 2 or 3, man. They really should have took, one of their chances late on. And they didn't, but they got the win, a deserved win, and that's them now on 9 points out of possible 15. A lot of teams that we just didn't expect to do that well this season are overperforming. Motherwell, St Mirren, fair play to them. I mean, I think you can make a case that those two teams have pretty much, maybe not, but they're pretty much already, pulled themselves out of a potential relegation battle. I know it's early days, but I'm looking at Motherwell and I'm looking at St Mirren, and I just don't see them finishing last. They look too good for that. They look like they're, got too much goals in them. So yeah, no, I think St Mirren and Motherwell are pretty safe already. But anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you in the next one. And until then, peace.